Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Southern California, where the cavalry have charged into town for this Week 8 matchup of 3 and 4 teams. One of these teams will come out of this one with a 500 record, and the other will fall deeper into the hole. With me in the booth is my good friend Justin Reside. Our statisticians for the evening are Michaela Forker and Mike Daggs, and of course, special thank you to Alex West, our executive producer back at SFLm HQ, making all of this possible. Justin, what are your thoughts on this one, my friend?
Yeah, two teams that lost last week. They need a win to get back into the race to the playoffs here. And you know, you have two good quarterback and Doc Holliday taking on Aiden Lovelace, and then you have the battle between the running we have, of course, of Lincoln Park and of course the running attack of Boston. So let's see which one will prevail here as we kick this one off.
Absolutely super excited to see this one unfold. San Diego trying to bounce back after a rough loss last week. Boston trying to do the same. And we are off. San Diego is going to start with the ball. We'll take a look at their offense, led by quarterback Eden Lovelace, the halfbacks Michael Bennett and Doug Chapman, the fullback Lincoln Parker, the receivers Randy Moss, Derek Alexander, Nate Burleson, and Dwayne Bates, the tight ends Hunter Goodwin and Jim Welling. We'll get to that line as this drive progresses. We'll start with a pass from San Diego. Lovelace rolling out to her right, throwing it across her body, caught right in between the hashes, brought down hard just after the catch.
Yeah, again, that's the danger of throwing across your body. That could have been an interception there, but luckily there, Bates able to catch that one and move the sticks.
Offset eye to the far side of the field here for San Diego. Lovelace dropping back, rolling to the left, throws that way, caught in a heap of space. Moss along the sideline eventually gets forced out of bounds by Alazar there.
Yeah, nice job there. Aiden Lovelace throwing the ball instead of doing the usual running we see from San Diego with Lincoln Park, but I kind of like this play calling here, going to the air out offense here instead of the usual run offense they usually run.
It certainly seems to have caught Boston off guard because it's working right now. Two huge completions to start off for Lovelace. 2 catches for 20 yards. One to Moss, one to Bates. Going to throw once again. Lovelace to the middle, incomplete. The defender had a hand on it. That was Will Overstreet who nearly had a chance to take that one back.
Yeah, there's the danger of throwing so many times. Defense just knew that pass was coming. They knocked it down.
Nice heads-up play by the linebacker there. They have a really solid front seven over here in Boston, manned up by a few really good linebackers. Lovelace will throw again. The pressure's there, and she's brought down quickly. A loss of 3 on the play. Ellis Johnson making his impact felt early.
Yeah, that is just Boston, again, knowing that it was a pass, bringing the pressure, and sacking Lovelace for 3 yards.
You're going to have another one of those nice completions downfield, but this time Boston is expecting it. They do go back to throw. Lovelace, the pressure around her, causes a off-the-mark throw, and Brooking bats it down, and oh, that's a big injury. Rodney Smith falls and is slow to get up for Boston. Hopefully he'll return here soon. He's a huge part of that front seven.
Yeah, definitely a huge part of Boston's front seven. But now, even though San Diego's right now going for a punt here, that could be advantage Lincoln Park here if they go to the run in the next series.
Nice job by Boston to quickly clean things up as far as their defense goes, because those first 2 plays were huge chunk plays, but very quickly after them, they were able to start keeping San Diego's offense in check a little bit. This one's fielded along the sideline, brought back up to the 33. Solid return there. Let's take a look at Boston's offense as they take the field, led, of course, by Doc Holliday, the quarterback. The halfbacks are Warwick Dunn and TJ Duckett. The fullback is George Lane. The receivers, Brian Finneran, Fearless Price, Trevor Gaylor, and, of course, Mexico City native Dallas Sanders. The tight ends are Algie Crumpler and Jeremy Shockey. Will get to the line later on this drive. Straight up I form here for Boston with two receivers to the close side of the field. Holiday will throw. Pressure was brought, but a quick throw out of the hands of Holiday. That's what he does best, Justin. Calls for a 5-yard completion there.
Yeah, going for the quick throw there. That just, you think of, Silas Christensen of Anchorage. He throws those balls pretty quickly, just like Doc Holliday did.
Yep. Back to I form. They run it to the left this time. Bounces it back inside. Only gains 2 before Dunn is brought down. Let's take a look at this offensive line, led by the left tackle, Dane Jensen, Mookie Moore, Roberto Garza, Martin Bibla, and Robert Hicks fill out the rest of that front. A single receiver on this play to the close side. Holiday throws that way, incomplete. Tight coverage there, nowhere to get the ball through. Denard Walker, the one on defense.
Yeah, that was just trying to get to Sanders there, and he was totally blocked there, but defended. But I looked in the corner of my eye, and I thought I saw somebody from Boston on the other side wide open.
Back-to-back punts as these first 2 drives come to a close. San Diego's going to get the ball back here and hope to have some more success.
Oh, God.
They had a good start to the drive, and they were kind of slow towards the end, Justin. We've seen a lot of these SFLm teams have that similar problem.
Yeah, similar problems, similar things here in the SFLm. It's just, you got to change it up here. You have 3. If you're San Diego, you had a couple of pass plays that worked, and then some that didn't. I would go to the run game here and we'll get Lincoln Park involved because you had the injury to the D lineman.
Yeah. Great analysis there with the injury. It'd be nice to take advantage of that part of the field, but they will keep throwing. That one incomplete downfield. Nice play there from Todd McBride.
Yeah, Todd McBride there just blocking the route and getting his hand up there. So now Lovelace, 2nd and down. You got to go the run here because even though you had successful passing, you got to go the run.
Offset I and Lincoln Parker is the back. Throwing Lovelace here, rolling out to her right. She's actually going to take off with a spin and then slides. Gains 4 on that little scamper to try and cut this 3rd down to a little bit more manageable here.
Yeah, third and 6 here. Nice job by Lovelace there. Kind of probably watched their Johnny Pickler tapes just to escape out of the pocket.
We need a throw here. Lovelace will. Rolling out to her left, throwing that way as well. Caught on the corner route. Moss finds some more space up the sideline. Finally forced out. A great throw and a great catch in traffic to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, nice job by Moss to just grab the ball in traffic while he was caught in there between 3 Boston cavalry there. Nice job there by Lovelace to just put it up there, and then 28 yards later, 1st down.
It's the 2nd catch of the day from Moss. A yard short of the 50 mark. 2 receivers out to the far side here. A spin move from the back as the handoff is made. They'll call it a gain of 3 on that run from Michael Bennett.
Yeah, nice call there for the run. That's just, I believe that was not on the side. We saw Rogers get injured, but nice call there. Let's see what they call here on 2nd down.
First carry of the day from a halfback here in San Diego. Going to see some motion from a down tight end moving over to the other side. That's Hunter Goodwin. There's a stand-up receiver to each side of the formation as well. Lovelace will throw, drops back, throws to the left, incomplete. Another tight set of coverage there. Todd McBride once again gets a hand on it.
Yeah, just Lovelace making a good decision, and it then just turned into disaster. As he was there to hit the ball and put the ball to the turf.
Single back once again. We see some motion from the far side receiver moving to the close side here. That's Dwayne Bates making it 3 stand-up pass catchers to the near side. Lovelace will throw, rolling out to her left, trying to find somebody downfield. Caught! Broken tackle, touchdown! Aces! Randy Moss, their whole life and soul as far as their offensive season has been up to this point.
What a play. 36-yard touchdown to Moss. My goodness, lovely. Just unleashes the dragon there. Look at Moss just getting in front of the defender just to catch that ball and take it to the house.
That is strong safety Corey Hall, who was playing the ball there way too far off of the receiver, caught it right in his face, and after that it was all for naught. The kick is up and good. The leg, Bill Grammatica, able to knock that one through. 6 plays, 71 yards there, Justin. When you look back at this one and then their previous drive, you definitely see some similarities, right? The big chunk passes being the main primary focus of their offense so far.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what San Diego decided to do here. Take big shots and get first downs. Now it goes one of the house. Let's see how Boston responds to it.
Yeah, they're going to have to bounce back in a serious way. San Diego and Eden Lovelace are a squad that you cannot let get momentum on their side at all. Boston seriously needs a well-sustained drive here for just morale.
Yeah, and then remember, they got their rear ends handed to them by San Jose last week.
Yep, they did. That was a rough one to watch. Boston in the I form. They're going to run to start. The tackle made 2 yards behind the line. Didn't even have a chance to go anywhere. Nice play there by Kevin Williams.
God, Kevin Williams just shot through the line there. Got off his offensive lineman and boom, hits John right in the face.
Back to the I form. They're running a ton out of this look with not too much success. 2 receivers to the far side. Scratch that though. Motion 1 over. That is Finneran. Watch out for him. He's been having a huge last couple weeks here. Holiday will throw once again, rolling out to his right, throwing it to the drag. Finneran brought down quickly after he catches it. They only get a yard there.
Yeah, small chunk play there. Getting they lost 1 yard that they lost, so now it's 3rd and 11. Let's see what Boston calls here. You better not call a run because that's a bad idea on 3rd and 11.
Definitely is, and it doesn't look like they will. Trips to the near side here in this single back look. Holiday will throw. A ton of pressure being brought. He rolls out to his left, off his back foot. Caught! In between the hashes. Splits it between 2 defenders, and Dallas Sanders somehow comes down with it.
Dallas Sanders making Doc Holliday like Jordan Sipe there making that catch. My goodness.
Oh, man. They went all in, and they hit right on that center logo of San Diego. Now we might see a run here. We won't. Holiday will keep it going through the air. No, he'll take off to the right. A ton of room to run. Tries to stiff arm a man, but eventually gets brought down inside the 35.
I think Doc Holliday heard me when I said Jordan. It was like Jordan Sipe, and he said, hey, I'll do my own Jordan Sipe run here on this first down right here.
Yeah, that was a fantastic read there from the QB. Watched all the defenders shift to one side of the field, so why not take off if there's a hole in your offensive line? And that's exactly what he did there. Back to this I form that we've seen a ton from them tonight. They're going to motion out of it this time, however, moving Peerless Price to the far side of the field. Looks like 4-3 for San Diego. Holiday's going to throw once again. Oh, nearly picked. Throw off the mark, and Tony Tomlinson nearly made him pay.
Yeah, definitely almost that could have been a pick 6 right there. Just a little too much error there from Doc Holliday. Maybe he should have looked for Dallas Sanders there somewhere in his progression of his route.
Boston's just got to keep this solid drive going. They've kind of struggled with keeping their drives alive. Play clock under 5 here. Holiday rolling out to his right, has a few blockers, throws that way, incomplete. Just seemed like too tight of coverage on Brian Finneran, and 3rd and 10 now upcoming for the Cavalry.
Yeah, I don't know why you called that play. I would have called a short route, maybe get a few yards there, but now you're at 3rd and 10. It's like, I don't know what Boston's going to call here. It's just, I was confused with that play.
Single back, they'll switch from trips to a pair of receivers to each side of Holiday here. San Diego expecting a pass the whole way. Holiday to throw. A ton of time in the pocket. Throws way downfield. Oh! Should have been caught, but it's incomplete. Dallas Sanders was the target in the end zone, but it falls.
Yeah, at Dallas Sanders, where was the PI on San Diego there? I don't know if somebody looked like somebody impeded Sanders' progress there on his route. I don't know where the penalty flag was on that.
Straight jackets are out. The big 50-yarder for Matty Maniac is up and good. He hits the 50-yarder, his longest of the season up to this point. His previous, I believe, was 49. That moves it up to 50.
Man, Maniac went the distance of Garfield there for a Anchorage Wolf reference there. Because I know Joe Garfield definitely kicks distance from that range, and Maniac kicked it from 50. So good work there for Maniac to put it through.
Fun fact for you and those at home, Matty Maniac has scored more points than anyone else in the SFLm this season. And it's not really close. He's nearly double the person in second place. He's upwards of 80 points. The nearest is around the 40 to 50 mark. And he has just been fantastic. I don't believe he's missed it all this season. And they cut the lead down to one position now. A touchdown will give Boston the go-ahead. But before we can even think about that, they have to think about stopping the San Diego passing attack.
Yeah, they got to stop it. That's the only way. You got to get a turnover here to take the lead. That's what Boston's got to do here. But San Diego maybe want to go to the run game here.
Offset eye to the left side. Lovelace will throw to that side. Incomplete. Tried to slip it in between two defenders, and they were not having it. Throw was for Dwayne Bates, and it falls.
Yeah. Like I said, they should go to the run game. They've been going. They didn't stay in the pass game so far, and they just haven't had a chance to give it to Lincoln Park or Lincoln Park yet. It's like the only one run they had was, I believe, to Bennett.
Another throw from Lovelace, rolling out to her right, then flips her hips, throws it upfield, caught in between the hashes and keeps it alive. Alexander, his first catch of the evening, and he is pumped.
Yeah, that's just Lovelace knowing where Alexander was in the zone, perfectly caught there. It's just it's just Boston doing a man-to-man coverage there, getting the knockdowns and stuff, but the zone was just there for San Diego to take the middle.
San Diego moving up past the 50 now, right at about the 45-yard line. Lovelace with 5 completions for 127 yards. She has dominated up to this point. She'll throw again to the out route. Caught. Moss finds some space up along the sideline. Brought down just a yard short of that first down marker.
Yeah, getting Moss there for 9 yards, but I don't understand why they haven't tried Lincoln Park yet. I know they ran Bennett on one play, but they have not given it to Lincoln Park yet.
This would be a good time to run it. They're set up in the I-4. Maybe we'll see it. They will run to the right side. Parker will gain the needed yards for the first down, but is brought down shortly after.
Yeah, there is your cowbell right there. Lincoln Park getting the first down. And that's what the right call to play there is. I've been looking for a run all this, and later in the first quarter.
And to the left of there's another one. It is Michael Bennett this time once again, and he gains 3.
Yeah, that is just San Diego setting up again for the pass, unless they decide to run Lincoln Park again. This is just San Diego now going back to what they usually do.
Yeah, see, now I'd like to see them take a shot over the middle. Now that they've been running a little bit, weakening up this defense, but they'll run. Parker to the left side, cuts it back, trying to find some space, and she does. Called 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 right after that run. Man, that was just a jumble of bodies in the middle of that field.
Yeah, jumbles of black and white jerseys in there, and Lincoln Parker was able to find the place to go. Now 3rd and 1. Do they try to do the Jordan Syper? Yeah, the Jordan Sype special. Nope, never mind.
They run it right up the gut. Bennett gets it. Overstreet with the tackle quickly after the first down, and San Diego keeping things solid. Just entering the SFLm red zone there.
Yeah, I know that was a handoff to Bennett, but I thought they would go. They go the old quarterback sneak there, like we've seen in the SFL.
Shy away from it. Lovelace will pass once again, throwing it to the left. Should have been picked, but falls incomplete. Brian Scott had a chance at it, but they'll call it a pass deflection. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, again, Boston just setting up, and man, I don't know why they haven't tried. San Diego has not trying to go to the middle again, because that's where when Boston goes to the zone, that's when Boston San Diego is able to goes right for the dagger in the passing game.
Keep an eye on that area now. Lovelace will throw. Plenty of time. The pressure came around the edge to the left. Caught right over the head of the defender. Touchdown, Moss. San Diego makes their lead a little bit wider, an 11-point one, pending the extra point. And San Diego is going nuts.
And look at Lovelace just throwing the ball to Moss there. I don't know if that was broken coverage or just Moss being able to break from his defender there.
This is not an Eden Lovelace we have seen this season. It has not been often that San Diego has gone with a pass-first approach in any manner with any of the backs they've had. Anytime they bring in a new back or the back they had at the start of the season, it was just run first always, and now they're finally giving Lovelace the reins, and she's showing why maybe they should have way earlier on in the season, because she is torching right now.
Yeah, definitely a torch on fire.
We'll call penalty marker there. Some laundry flies onto the field, maybe clipping.
Yeah, clipping or face. Yeah, I thought it was either clipping or the face mask, either one.
And Boston's number 23, and we'll take a look at this San Diego defense as they come back out onto the field, led by the defensive line of Kevin Williams, Sean Rogers, Willie Howard, and Chuck Wiley. Chris Claiborne and Nick Rogers are your outside backers. Horizon Breeze and E.J. Henderson are your inside linebackers. Denard Walker, Ken Irvin, and Brian Williams are your corners. Then you have a three-headed safety group of Darius Vaughn L., Corey Chavis, and Tony Tomlinson. Holiday will throw here. Throwing to the post, it's caught. Sanders with a stiff arm, rolls over another for a huge gain there on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, there is Doc Holliday just finding Sanders wide open there. Look at this. He just defender on the hand check. Gets the ball to him, and you just look like a stiff on there, and he gives another defender a ride there just for even more yardage.
Yeah, you cannot play back shoulder coverage on a big target like Dallas Sanders. He is 6'5", 235 pounds. You saw the defender try and play the back shoulder there, and there was just no room for him to get past Sanders to play the ball. And that's why you saw that catch be so easily made. As the first quarter comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen, we have San Diego leading 14-3 over the Boston Cavalry, trying to claw their way back into this one. I've been DJ Kilgannon. With me here in the booth is my good friend Justin Reside. A special thank you to our statisticians, Mike Daggs and Michaela Foraker. And a special thank you as well to our producer here in the SFLm truck, Alex West. And a thank you to our commissioner, Ellie Diomas. That huge run pushes him past midfield. And man, what a way to get your run game involved. It had been completely quiet, but Warwick Dunn just turned the lights on.
Yeah, Warwick Dunn just zipped through a huge hole made by his offensive line there. I don't know if Dwayne Jensen was there part of that, but first down First down, Boston here.
Split the defensive line a little bit, leaving the middle of that defensive line weak. And Holiday will throw. Picked off right in front of him. A spin move, a broken tackle, and that's the end of that. Oh, man, what a play. Ken Irvin completely jumps the route. And those are the plays you cannot have if you're Boston trying to fight back into this one.
Yeah, that is definitely a play you do not want. Irvin just knowing the route of the intended receiver there and just intercepting the ball there. And that's the first mistake by Boston.
Yep.
Let's see if San Diego can take advantage.
The gunslinger Holiday, prone to those mistakes sometimes. The Lovelace has been on fire tonight. Split backs offset eye to the far side here. Lovelace will throw once again. A ton of time in the pocket, throwing to the right side, incomplete. Alexander trying to catch that one as he was falling, but Brian Scott with some nice coverage.
Yeah, Brian Scott, even though that was good coverage, just he was wide open there. I know he's falling to the ground, but just got to secure that ball. Every SFLm wide receiver knows that.
2nd and 10 here in the same formation to boot. Wouldn't hate a run to that far side here, Justin. There's a lot of open field. They'll pass instead. Lovelace to the right. Picked! Boston gets it back! Oh, man, they take advantage of another mistake. Brian Scott, back-to-back plays where he was involved with the ball, and that time he secures it.
Yeah, this is, again, knowing he's knowing the route that he was going. He just jumped for the ball, intercepted. Now Boston has a chance to get points off of turnovers. Field goal won't do you any good. You got to get the touchdown.
Holiday's got to keep his hands clean, and he has to wipe that last throw from his memory bank. And will come back to throw with him to start this one. Over the middle, caught. There we go. Brian Finneran converts on the first down.
Yeah, smart pass there by Doc Holliday, knowing his mistake, erased the interception he had. And look how hot Doc Holliday knows Finneran where Finneran was. Has the first down marker, throws it, caught, first down Boston.
Three wide receivers, two to the far side. In shotgun here is Holiday, and it'll be the draw up the gut. Quickly wrangled up by the pair of linebackers. They'll call it a gain of 2.
Gain of 2 there, and nice job there by Boston, even though it was a late handoff. I would go a different run play there because, San Diego's going to read that delay and get to the runner quickly.
4-3 here for San Diego. They run it to the right, quickly brought down. A few more yards than the previous. They'll call it 3rd and 5 upcoming. Third down a lot more manageable now.
Yeah, very manageable here for Boston. Just got to get the first down. You got to get the first down here. Because you're trying to go to the end zone. Field goal, like I said, does not help you bring this deficit down to 4.
Yeah, you need a touchdown here. You got to keep this drive alive. Giving San Diego a punt, they'd get decent field position and they'd take the ball back into their hands. They need to take advantage of the turnover they got. Holiday will throw once again. He rolls out to his right, throws that way, caught on the drag. Nearing the red zone now after that completion. Peerless Price getting his first of the day.
Yeah, Peerless Price, nice job going the short routes, and Holiday throwing it to him on the short route, knowing that he had to get the first down. Just Boston here, methodically going to the end zone here, knowing that a field goal, like I said so many times, does not help you bring this deficit down to 4.
I'll set eye to the far side. 2 receivers to that side as well. Holiday's going to drop back to throw and throw it to the corner route. Caught! Sanders beats him on the one-on-one ball and gets brought down inside the 5. Well within the red zone now, and Boston is looking nice.
Yeah, looking nice, looking good here. Sanders just beating his man on the jump there. As he was jumping at the same time, got the ball, and now we're at the 2 or the 1 yard line. Look, we thought it was the 2, but it's on the 1 yard line.
Let's see if they go with a run this time to just try and punch it in. They will to the left. Touchdown, Boston. Get it off the legs of Warwick Dunn, and they have a chance. They'll cut the lead back to 4, pending the extra point.
And there's the run. Smart move there by Boston, because we've seen a lot of teams trying to throw it when they're at the 1-yard line. That's not the smart move throwing it. You got to run it, and that's what Boston did.
Here comes the Maniac out to boot it up, and it is good. Chip shot from that range for him. 6 plays, 55 yards on that drive. It looked really, really solid there, Justin.
Yeah, solid indeed. Now, San Diego's got to respond here. They their defense let Boston have a touchdown. Now you gotta have your offense respond here.
Oh, and caught in the back of the end zone. They'll kneel it. The smart play there. Nate Burleson knows his duties as the return man, and they're going to give it to San Diego here at the 20. Let's take a look at Boston's defense as they come out to the field. Edward Jasper, Ellis Johnson, Patrick Kearney, and Rodney Smith, who is injured, so he's in the blue tent. The linebackers, Benny Ezekiel Bowles and Will Overstreet are your outside. Heath Brooking and Twan Russell are your inside backers. Lovelace to throw, throws it right up the middle, incomplete, and maybe we're going to see a penalty flag here for PI. Oh, they'll call it
it's a face mask.
Face mask. Wow, not often are you going to see that on just a throw.
Yeah, accidental face mask. 5 yards, give them 5, and repeat the down.
Yeah, we will. Not often are you going to see a 1st and 5, but here we are. Make things a lot easier for San Diego. They'll go with the I form. Wouldn't hate to see one of those runs you've been asking for here, Justin, to that close side. They won't. They'll run it the opposite way, but Parker finds a ton of room, bounces off a few defenders, and gains the 1st down and then some.
Yeah, 1st and 5, go to the run. Hey, give it to Parker. Let her get that 5+ more there on that run.
Lovelace is leading a tremendous offense right now. Scratch the one mistake she had, and it's been a really nice ball game for her. The offense as a unit playing pretty solid. You'd like to see them a little bit more balanced, though, and maybe they're leaning to that as the pitch to Bennett results in a gain of 1.
Yeah, nice job there by Bennett, though. Sometimes the pitch is good, sometimes the pitch is bad.
Yeah.
You just got to watch, I think San Diego should watch the Anchorage Wolves tapes on how to do it.
Don't get me started, Justin. I'm going to tear up over here. Counter to the left. Parker, nice run there. Drifting in between and out of defenders. They'll call it 3rd and 6 upcoming after that nice carry.
Yeah, nice carry. And I was about to say any but the Arizona tapes, that's all.
Yeah, don't watch that one. Save yourself the trouble. That was rough. Hated that we had to play y'all last week of the season. I love y'all's group. Offset I here. And 2 receivers to the close side as well. Scratch that. They'll motion a man to the far side here. That's Eric Alexander. Looks like a nickel look. No one follows in suit. Boston showing zone. Lovelace knows it. Rolling out to her left. Fires downfield. Nearly caught.
Oh, my.
Alexander, he had one hand on it and couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, and did you see looked like there was a safety blitz coming at Lovelace?
Yep. I saw that defensive back at the end there. A nice analysis. Nice throw by Lovelace as well. Had to get that throw off. Didn't have a choice. And there it is. There's another punt for San Diego. Giving the ball back to Boston. And there we go. That's all Boston has to do is keep getting those stops, just enough to keep yourselves in this one. They're fighting hard to get back into it.
Yeah, Boston is funny. Yeah, like you're saying, Boston's trying to fight. They're 4 down. They can go up 4 here if they get a touchdown.
Some iPhone here for Boston. They split the D-line a little bit. Maybe it looks like they're going to bring some extra pressure. Holiday's got to be careful in the pocket. They will. Holiday drops back, throws to the left, caught. Looked like a little bit of a hitch concept there, and Sanders wins the one-on-one again.
Yes, that was definitely definitely looked like a hitch route for Dallas Sanders. Just look at that perfect throw and just Sanders just doing a little lean there to just catch the ball and fall across for the first down.
Same formation here for Boston. San Diego back in that nickel. They're going to motion over a man to make it offset to the close side here. And they run it. And they go towards that blocker, and work done will get brought down 4 yards after he is past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good, nice 4 yards there. And just, again, Boston now is working so methodically like they did the last drive, trying to get a touchdown here.
Single back in the backfield, a receiver out to each side. They run it right up the gut. I love that play call. TJ Duckett charges ahead, and they call it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I like that play too. That was just smart there by Boston, knowing that it looked like the Aces were in man-to-man coverage there and just going for the run here. It looks like another run here as it's 3rd and 1.
And they will run it. Not even a question. They get it with ease. Great blocking out in front for Dunn.
Yeah, nice blocking, nice everything there for Dunn to just get the first down. And Boston now has a chance. They're in Aces territory, they have a chance to get it into the end zone and take the lead.
A little throw. Holiday, to the slant. Should have been caught. Oh, man, that's the fullback, George Lane. Doesn't have the most sure hands. Probably explains why it wasn't pulled in.
Yeah, Lane was running the perfect route there. He just didn't have the chance to catch the ball there. It looked like an Aces defender knocked him off course.
Back to the I form, and they're going to motion Sanders to the far side. And a corner does follow him out there. Showing possible man. Holiday to throw. Up the middle, caught. Right on the hash. Sanders again, keeping them alive. He has been fantastic tonight, Justin.
Yeah, Sanders has been the one to Doc Holliday's the one to find Sanders every time. Getting another first down for Boston here. And with 53 minutes to the 2-minute warning, does Boston even try to push it here?
Let's see. I'd like them to stay aggressive without the lead. They throw it to the right side, and maybe that's why they shouldn't have been. Interception going back San Diego's way. Ken Irvin gets his 2nd of the evening.
Ken Irvin again reading the route of where his wide receiver was going. Look at this. Look at that. Nice job there reading the route of, I believe that was Finneran there on that, as the intended target there. Nicely done by Irvin to get another interception now. San Diego has a chance to just run this clock out to the half.
On the 34 here for San Diego, just over 2.5 minutes to go left in this second quarter. One of the longest halves in recent memory here, Justin. This one has been pulling with how much passing we've seen. A stretch run there. They'll call it a gain of nothing. Saying the backers got there quickly enough to wrangle him down before he gained a yard.
Yeah, that was just recognizing the run was coming and just bring him down at the line of scrimmage.
Offset eye to the far side here, along with 2 receivers to that side as well. Lovelace to throw here over the middle. Caught in between the hashes. Moss brought down right on that midfield logo. And we're probably going to see our 2-minute break here as time ticks away.
Yeah, Moss again. He's been the one that's definitely been the main wide receiver for Lovelace here as we have the 2-minute warning.
And there it is. San Diego narrowly holding on to the lead they have over Boston right now, but Boston isn't making it easy to hold it. 130 yards on the day for Moss. He has been all over the field. Lovelace with the counter run here. To the left, and Parker, oh no, somebody's down. A huge gain from Parker, and that's defensive end for Boston, Brady Smith. That's actually the gentleman that's filling in for the already injured Rodney Smith. So they're going to have to dig down to the fourth string defensive end, Travis Hall, to come in and play some snaps.
Yeah, holy cow. Boston's just losing defensive ends like there's no tomorrow. Now they probably have to grab some defensive end from the fans or something.
This will throw to the out route. Caught, but they'll call it inches. Wasn't able to stay up. Jim Wellings, his first catch of the evening. Well, San Diego's third down is a lot easier now.
Yeah, definitely easier to get here. I was just surprised with a hitch route. I thought it would be a straight down the middle throw like they usually been doing all game.
Run right up the gut, and Parker gets it without question. And somebody else is down. Patrick Kearney. That's another defensive end down for Boston. What is going on right now?
What is up with in the water here in San Diego? 3 defensive ends down? Like, what's going on here?
Man, somebody's got a hit list out for these defensive linemen or something, because all 3 out of the 4 of them have gone down with injury up to this point. That's both of their starting defensive ends out. The only one left is their 4th string guy. Pitch to the outside to Lincoln Parker. She gains a good bit. They'll call it 6. 2nd and 4 upcoming.
Yeah, nice job, Parker, going to the outside. And just, again, like you said, the Boston Cavalry are losing defensive ends. It's just now San Diego's taking advantage of that here.
Offset on here for San Diego. Just a single receiver out to the far side. The run goes nowhere. Completely shut down. Benny Ezekiel Bowles, the one to get there and make the hit quickly.
Yeah, Bowles there. I think the only guy that's a linebacker there to just bring him down. And now they're just bringing linebacker blitzes. And next thing you know, there'll be a safety blitz after that.
Lovelace will throw once again. Oh, trying to connect on a post, but led it too far. And should have been a Boston interception going the other way. But they get the benefit of the doubt. Their defender wasn't able to pull it in. They're going to leave it up to the leg of Bill Gramatica now if they think it's in his range.
Yeah, 55 yards.
Don't.
Oh, or 55 seconds.
They are going to go for it. I love it. If you don't trust your kicker, don't punt it here. Go for it.
Yeah, you got to, yeah, starts the San Diego being smart, even though they have the lead.
That is Dwayne Bates motioning over 2 stand-up receivers to each side now. A ton of people in the box for Boston. A lot of pressure as well. Lovelace to the right. Caught in traffic. What a throwing catch. Dwayne Bates, his 2nd of the day. Timeout San Diego, and they keep their drive alive.
I think this seems the way that San Diego wants to play. Aggressive and throwing it into coverage where the wide receiver's catching it. My goodness.
Motion over a receiver. A lot of motion from San Diego tonight. And Boston is showing zone. Can Lovelace take advantage of it? She's going to try to the flat. Nice throw there and catch. Stiff arms a defender into another. And Alexander eventually goes out of bounds after 5 yards.
Yeah, that was just a nice play by San Diego. San Diego looks like they're being very, very aggressive here. Even though we got 44 seconds left, I think they're trying to either extend a lead or try to get into Dramatica field goal range.
Looks like some extra pressure being brought to the far side of the field here, because all the attention is to the near side. The pressure was there. Lovelace got the throw off and incomplete. Ooh. Too many defenders in the area, and once again, Benny Ezekiel Bowles was involved.
Yeah. Too many times San Diego's been throwing into coverage like that. And remember, Lovelace has 2 interceptions on situations like that.
Yeah. Only 1 back in the backfield now for San Diego. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw another throw here. They will. Throwing it to the left. Oh, incomplete. Burleson had a chance on it. There was 2 defenders in the area, but Lovelace tried to thread the needle, but incomplete. Now
Yeah,
now you can be pretty safe that they're in field goal range here, Justin, and they will
yeah,
try it.
yeah. Attempting a 33-yarder, but that was just Lovelace not knowing that the coverage was there.
And good after the 13-play, 49-yard drive. San Diego makes it a 7-point lead. It's still a one-possession tie ball game for Boston, and they're going to need it because the more mistakes are starting to pile on the shoulders of Doc Holliday, and those are going to really have to start getting off of his back before too long.
Yeah, because we've seen Doc Holliday throw 2 interceptions because San Diego's route cutting.
Clock down at about the 27. Boston to take this one out. You only got 30 seconds, and with the mistakes we've seen, with the deficit they have, I wouldn't be shocked if we see a few runs here and they talk things over at half.
Yeah, run out. You got 30 seconds left. Smart thing to do is run the football. Just take it to half and make adjustments. Being down by 7.
Time to see what their plan is here. See if they want to be risky or just play it safe. I'm going to motion the receiver over to the far side. Shown man all the way is San Diego. That's Peerless Price. And they will run it right up the gut. Dunn gains a few, call it 2. And that should be the last time we see the ball snapped here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was just, again, Boston being smart, knowing that the time's running out and they don't want to push things too far.
They'll go for another one here. They got enough play time on the clock to let it run, but they won't. They'll throw another. Holiday rolling out to his left, looking for somebody, throws it to the flat, caught, and that is it. Zeros hit the play clock here at the end of the half. And San Diego escapes with a touchdown deficit, 17-10. Both teams need to regroup, talk things over, and come back into this second half with a new mindset because things are not all perfect for either team on either side of the ball right now. Justin, let me hear your thoughts from both sides in this half, and what do you think Boston has to do to really get back into the lead?
Yeah, this is just good game so far between these two teams, but I account for Boston's mistakes there of throwing the ball when the the defensive backs cutting routes on the Boston routes. It's just we know Doc Holliday's a gunslinger and that's what he does, but he's got to make sure his wide receivers are open. As we see, Moss is the halftime player of the game. And like I said before, as I was saying, Boston needs to get back to what they do with Doc Holliday. Throw the ball, but make sure the wide receivers are open and the defenders are not cutting routes on the defensive side for San Diego.
So just some disciplined quarterback play, it seems, is what we need here for Boston. We need Doc Holliday to clean things up in a serious way. Thank you all for joining us here in this second half of your opener to Tuesday night SFLm football here on the Virtual Football Network. Solid return brings Boston out to the 34. I'm DJ Kilgannon. I'm happy to have you here with me this evening, along with my good buddy Justin Reside as my analyst. Thank you to our statisticians, Mike Daggs and Michaela Foraker, for making us sound smart up here. A special thank you as well to Alex West, our executive producer, for putting this show on, and a special thank you as well to Ellie Diomas, the SFLm commissioner, for all you do. This season has been great, and I'm excited for the offseason that is soon to come, and the playoffs, of course.
I mean, we got the SFL wild card round coming up this weekend.
That is right. Those are going to be some games to watch for sure. Holiday dropping back to throw. Right up the gut. Caught. Right on the right hash. That's Finneran. He's been quiet for a little bit. He's someone they need to get involved.
Yeah, there is Doc Holliday again, finding his wide receiver. As we watch the replay, there was no San Diego defender getting in the route of Finneran, and if Finneran was able to catch the ball.
There we go. That's a nice look for Holiday to start the half. A solid completion over the middle, something we hadn't seen from him too often in the first half. He will throw again. Pressure was there, but another completion in between the hashes. And that one is a 6-yard gain. Holiday gets brought down after the throw, but it was once again caught by Finneran.
There was Finneran catching the ball this time in front of his defender. Now Doc Holliday being smart with the football when he passes it.
There we go. It's exactly what you said, and they're looking good with the adjustments. Offset out of the close side. They run it, trying to stay balanced. They gain a first down. Great start of the drive at this point for Boston.
Yeah, great emphasis here. Do 2 passes and then run with done for another first down. It's just Boston being smart with the football now. It's just the first half was just Boston being not smart with the football.
Another throw to Holiday, rolling out to his left, over the middle, incomplete. Those are the throws we don't want to see. Double coverage, and Ken Irvin was in the area. Holiday is going to have some nightmares about that man after this game.
Yeah, Irvin again, cutting the route of the wide receiver there. That's what you don't want if you're Doc Holliday.
Another I-form look, 3 stand-up receivers for Boston. Holiday rolling out to his left, firing towards the middle of the field. Caught on the drag, a lot of room to work with afterwards. He's going to fall down right at the 20. Great play there from Peerless Price on the offensive side.
Yeah, nice job there by Peerless Price to go the pitch route, and there was no, he was in between 2 aces there, but he was able to catch the ball. So now another first down for Boston here, and looks like Boston's trying to tie it up.
Just inside the SFLm red zone here, as they just need a few more plays to score and possibly turn this into a tie ball game. Holiday, 2-step drop. Plenty of time, throws to the left. Caught in traffic, breaks a tackle. Sanders pushes past that first down marker, and it is 1st and goal upcoming now.
Yeah, Doc Holliday was trying to push the limits there, but Sanders there just was able to catch it before the defender was able to catch it. Gets another first down for Boston.
Sanders breaks the century mark there.
Yeah, 103 yards on the day.
They're going to run this time now that the field is shortened. Dunn gains a few, but is quickly brought down. That was Chris Claiborne, the linebacker, who shot the gap.
Yeah, Claiborne there shooting the gap there where Warren Dunn was going. Now it's 2 more chances here. Again, you got to do 2 more runs here, Boston. You can't just throw it, because throwing it in this tight of a window is not the ideal thing.
Running it to the left here. Dunn gets brought down after a broken tackle. That's Horizon Breeze who plays cleanup. Nice team tackling there for San Diego.
Yeah, nice team tackling. San Diego does that team tackling there now. Boston, man, got to go with the run here. Can't go with the pass because you're in a tight spot.
Going out to the left, Holiday throws across his body, incomplete. That one could have been bad, but it falls incomplete. Darius Vaughn L had a chance to have a huge impact on this game, but it slips through his fingers.
I don't even know why Boston called that play. Again, like I said, you're in tight space. You got to run the ball. And Doug Holiday decides to go gunslinger and almost got snake bit.
I'll let the Maniac kick this one through. Get your straight jackets out. As this one becomes a 17-13 ball game, as that young man there stays perfect on the season. Watch out for him. He's going to be a dominant force at the next level soon.
Yeah, I would love to see. Yeah, I would love to see
him in a pro jersey soon.
Yeah, I would love to see him get drafted in this upcoming draft. If not, heck,
I would be shocked. I'd make a bet on that he will get drafted. I mean, it's got to be without a doubt, right? That is one of the best kicking prospects I've ever seen. We had Josh Gint in the league. Last SFLm season, where Matty Maniac has just been absolutely dominant. Kicking from 50, 49 on multiple occasions. He stayed perfect. He's really been the bright spot on this Boston team. But those kicks are not enough to keep them in this one. 3 points isn't going to win you a ball game. But Lovelace gets a little scarce in the pocket there, throws that one way too high to the receiver.
Yeah, well, I thought that was pass interference all the way on Boston there, but Lovelace got lucky and just threw it out of bounds.
6.5 to go here in this third quarter. Nickel look here for Boston. Lovelace surveying the defense. They're starting out from the 25 here on this 2nd and 10. Two-step drop for Lovelace. She's surveying, nowhere to go. Throw it to the far right. Oh, picked! Oh, my goodness! What a play. It's Todd McBride, his first pick of the day. And what a time for them to get it. Let's get another look at this.
Yeah, look at this play. Oh, my goodness. Oh my good Lord.
Wow. Oh, my
I was just surprised
McBride
McBride was even intercept that ball.
One-handed, running backwards, staying in coverage. I don't even know if he meant to pick that, but he did. Oh, man, already past the 40. Boston needs a huge drive here. They're going to run it right up the gut. Claiborne quickly plays cleanup. They'll call it 3 yards.
Yeah, call it 3 yards. Warren done running the ball there, but I'm just surprised McBride was even get that interception one-handed. Oh, my God. I can't even think right now after that.
Offset eye impending for Boston. Scratch. They flip it. Type box for San Diego. They try and run it up the gut. Nowhere to go. Chris Claiborne was all over that one.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of linebacker blitz there just to stop the run.
Trips to the near side here in this single back look. Holiday will throw, rolling out to his right, looking for somebody downfield. Finally gets it off across his body. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, man, after a hot potato of a few men, it falls. Ken Irvin was the one at the end. He nearly picked it off again.
How did Irvin not pick that off? That was just bouncing off of everybody.
Punt is away for Boston. And, man, they really needed to take advantage of that turnover, Justin.
Yeah, they had to, but they couldn't because San Diego's defense was just, my goodness.
Offset eye here for San Diego. They're going to pitch to that side. Oh, ton of great blocks to the outside. Parker making some more room. A stiff arm results in a first down and then some.
Wow, San Diego now just look like they're putting their foot on the throat here early, even though it's the third quarter. Lincoln Parker just ran like the wind bullseye. Good Lord.
Same formation for San Diego. They run to the opposite side. This time, Parker will fall ahead, gaining 1 there.
Well, Parker, they're getting 1 there, but San Diego staying to the run attack here. Just staying to it here, giving their back already 10 carries for 55 yards, 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, very solid when she has been given the football here. They will throw this time. Lovelace to the left. Caught. No one even near Moss. Trying to get some separation. Brought down just inside the SFLm red zone. Another huge chunk play, keeping San Diego ahead.
Now 31 yards on that catch, and just Moss had nobody on him. Look at that. Nobody near him when he made that catch. And he just runs and runs for days.
172 yards on the day for Moss after that 31-yard reception. San Diego motions over a man. That's Dwayne Bates, making it 2 stand-up receivers to the far side and only 1 to the near. They pitch it to the near side. Bennett scrambles and tries to find space, but he can't. Brought down for a loss of 1. Nice play made by Brian Scott. He's had a great day.
Yeah, Brian Scott there. It's been the run stopper every time Bennett's got the ball so far.
They're similar formation to the last play, but they split their D-line a little bit. Lovelace to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. Throws way downfield. Caught between the hashes and in the end zone. Another touchdown for Moss. He is on fire.
Somebody got a cover Moss there. I think that was a broken coverage. A little bit there. Look at that. Look at the pocket for Lovelace and just boom, finds Moss there for the touchdown. San Diego extends their lead here.
3 passing touchdowns in this ball game, Justin. All 3 of which have gone to Randy Moss. 192 yards, nearing the 2-century mark. He has really been the huge catalyst for their production. Every time you see a chunk play, it's him. Every time you see a late first down, it seems to be him. And Boston just can't help but do anything.
Yeah, can't do anything with Moss. It's been the Moss hour so far.
Take that one out to about the 28. And Boston, they really just need a big drive here. They need a touchdown. They cannot continue to chip away at their lead with field goals because it's just going to keep getting bigger at the rate San Diego's going.
Yeah, that's field goals are not an option anymore for Boston. You got to go for the end zone every single drive from here on out.
Holiday escaping in the pocket. That one nearly picked off. That could have been a game changer there for San Diego, but that one falls.
Yeah, disaster, game changer, whatever you want to put it there. That was just linebackers swatting the ball down right there.
Offset eye to the near side of the field here. Just over 3 minutes of play left here in this third quarter. Holiday's going to throw once again to the left side. Caught. Hit hard as he pulls it in. First down for Boston.
Yeah, there it is. Sanders again. The main wide receiver that Doc Holliday's been thrown to there. And I think that's the plan there for Boston here. That's the plan they got to do. Give it to Sanders and let him run free after the catch.
Similar formation here for Boston as they're nearing the midfield mark. Holiday will throw. No, he'll take off up the middle and slides. Cuts the distance in half. 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, Doc Holliday there was just rushed out of the pocket and he had to run for 5 yards.
Just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter. 2nd and 5. They're right on the logo here. They need this. They're looking solid. They just need to keep playing at this level. A run to the right and a great one at that. First down and then some. Warwick Dunn, he's really been solid all day, but he hasn't got many carries, Justin.
Yeah, been solid. He just needs more carries here in this game, but I think Boston here is gonna, and a couple of plays in mind here where they're gonna throw to Sanders, but when are they gonna happen? We'll see. Let's find out and see.
Back to high form. Holiday's going to throw. Extra pressure being brought from San Diego. Throw up the middle. Caught! Broken tackle. Brings him inside the red zone. Brian Finneran. He has been showing up a huge amount in this third quarter, and he continues to do so.
Yeah. Doc Holliday just throwing a Finneran there. And look at the space Finneran has just... Oh, my goodness. He caught it between 2 defenders there. My goodness.
life one here for Boston. They're going to run it to the right side. Dunn gets brought down just at the line. 2nd and 10 now for Boston. That room didn't have any room to work with. Horizon Breeze, nice play.
Yeah, the Horizon Breeze just shoots up the gap, hits Warren in the face. Now 7 and 10 here. Do they go try to throw it to Finneran or Sanders here?
Got to utilize one of their main 2 targets. 6 and 7 catches for either of them. Go to the right side. They tried to do it off the fingertips of Finneran. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Finneran were able to secure the ball. That would have been a touchdown, but it just came off the fingertips. My God, Finneran, you got to catch that, my friend.
Trips to the near side of the field. Holiday to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket over the middle. Caught! First down! Sanders makes up for Finneran's mistake, and they're just a few yards short of the end zone.
Yeah. Look at Sanders here. Watch the replay. Off the hand check. Goes right between the hashes and gets a 1st and goal. Looks like on the... Boston's challenging the spot. My God.
Okay. Well, let's see, because they had the 1st down. Are they possibly challenging that this was a touchdown?
Yeah, possibly. It looked like he landed on the SFLm chest hairline.
I don't like this challenge, Justin. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
if it works in their favor, then, maybe. But he definitely looks short, and you got the 1st down anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't challenge that, but I would just left it alone. You're on the SFLm chest hairline.
Yep. And it stands. And they are out of a timeout after that challenge. A mistake by head coach Jay Ballmer there. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, not what you want to see, but you are on the SFLm chest hairline here. You just make Warren Dunn put the ball in, and you got a touchdown.
1st and goal from the inch mark. They're going to motion over a receiver. San Diego sends a man out there. Looks like man coverage for them, but it shouldn't matter. They should punch it up the middle. They hand off. Touchdown, Boston. And still, both of their touchdowns have been on the ground, and both of them have been to work done.
Yeah. Again, Boston being smart, running it into the end zone for the touchdown. And again, like we said, they shouldn't have challenged that play there. They weren't going to get the touchdown anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. If you have confidence in your offense, you shouldn't challenge there. But, it seems like San Diego cannot shake off this Boston offense. Every time they score a touchdown, it's just one gets right back up on the board, and the lead turns into a 4-point lead once again. Boston is just going to need a big stop, and then they're actually going to have to take advantage of it, because it's only seeming like they can score whenever San Diego scores first. They're going to have to shake that off if they have any hopes of winning this one. Oh, a fumble recovered by Boston. Oh, my goodness. Puts them at the opposing 26.
Oh, my.
Boston, the fumble champions of the world.
Yeah, that was just a simple knockout fumble, and they got the ball.
First and 10 from about the 25. Not much time left in the third quarter. Holiday will throw. Pressure's there. He's brought down. 2nd and 13 upcoming after the big defensive play. That's Willie Howard with the sack.
Yeah, Willie Howard with a sack. Then I just did not like the call there. Holiday just quickly. I thought he was going to throw the ball, but that was just a bad decision there by Holiday. If I were Holiday, I would have just thrown the ball out of bounds before it was sacked.
And that is the end of the third quarter. San Diego holding on to their lead still, but maybe not for long if Boston has anything to say about it. They're already just about in Matty Maniac range here, Justin, but of course you don't want a field goal. It doesn't give you the lead, and they've been settling with field goals all night. At some point, you got to punch in a touchdown.
Well, you got to punch it in 412s, 86s, 88s, whatever numbers we have that we've lost in the SFL. And
Finneran with a catch, gains 2, 3rd and 8 upcoming. Holiday, minus the interceptions, he's been solid. 18 for 30 for nearing 250. He's been okay. You just got to keep your hands out of the cookie jar. Holiday drops back, fires to the right. A hard hit forces the incompletion. What a play from the top side defender. Ken Irvin, he continues his insane night.
Yeah, Irvin was just there to wallop him and force the ball out of his hand. And Boston is setting for a field goal. I would have gone for it, but again, you want the lead, not this is going to give him a point deficit here. And if I were to, even though the kick went through, if I were the Boston offensive coordinator, I would have gone for it there.
Yeah, I mean, they had a fresh drive, and they ran 3 offensive plays and gained 2 yards. You just can't have that. You have an opportunity off of the fumble to get a touchdown the other way and take the lead, and they just can't. Now San Diego has another chance to continue the path that this whole game has been on, where they just barely keep the lead out of the grasp of Boston.
Yeah, but again, could Boston get another fumble here? They just got to make sure they put the helmet to the ball, where Lincoln Parker or Bennett is going to run with it. So
starting at the 20 after the kneel. 2-step drop for Lovelace, firing it to her right, incomplete. The defender had some hands on it, but unable to pull that one in.
Yeah, just
Brian Scott again.
Yeah, Brian Scott was trying to get an interception, but now it's just, I don't know if Boston has that Anchorage problem of not getting the hand on their ball.
Offset eye, a pass from Lovelace. Another defender gets a hand on it. And, man, they just cannot catch a break downfield. Will Overstreet with a nice play.
Now here we go. Boston has a chance to take the Aces off the field here and have a chance to take the lead.
Single back for San Diego. Let's see if they can find Moss downfield to keep it alive like they have all night. Lovelace to throw up the middle. Caught to Moss. First down, Aces once again.
Yeah, that is just what the Aces been doing all game long. That has been Boston's Achilles heel here. Moss catching balls here. And Moss just killing Boston's defensive momentum. And now another 1st and 10 for the Aces.
Moss breaks the double century mark with that play. And San Diego hoping to keep that momentum off that play alive. Lovelace to throw once again. The pressure's there, but not enough. Over the middle, caught once again to Moss.
And again, Moss is just that. It's just the Aces, ace in the hole here for them to put all their chips in on. And just Boston can't cover them.
8.5 to go in this 4th quarter. Boston needs a stop here. You cannot allow another San Diego touchdown. A field goal wouldn't be the end of the world, but you cannot allow another touchdown. There's a motion man for San Diego to make it 2 stand-up receivers to the far side. And a counter run there. Parker bounces it back in, and a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, another Parker there, again, the bell cow for San Diego. When Moss is not mossing Boston here.
High form for San Diego here. A ton of people on the line for Boston. They're going to run it to the right side. Bennett cuts back in, and 3rd and 2 upcoming for the San Diego offense.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, and now can Boston stop him here and make him force a field goal here?
Offset I once again for San Diego. Such a heavy box for Boston. Looks like they're expecting a run. Drop back in the pocket. Lovelace pump fakes a fumble. Oh no, it's incomplete. Oh, that didn't look incomplete though. Lovelace got leveled.
Yeah, Lovelace got robbed there. And I thought that was a fumble too, but they called an incomplete pass.
And they're gonna have to punt. This is the nod that Boston has in having a kicker. And if it's a good one, Boston, may be pinned down deep into their own territory. And it is a solid one. Going to land at about the 13, but they bring it out to about the 19. Boston is going to have to go pretty much the whole length of the field. And now, Justin, you can be a little bit more comfortable with a field goal, but of course, a touchdown would be huge for you at this point. But you need the lead in any way.
Yeah, any way possible. Field goal, touchdown, doesn't matter. I would say the field goal is the possibility, but the touchdown is the huge thing that Boston needs right now.
Boston in I form, just over 7 minutes to play. Holiday will throw over the middle, the slant wide open. Sanders gets that and then some. He's the man they need to feed. And on that play, the middle of the field was wide open, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, taking advantage of it. Look how that was look how deep that zone was. You saw the 2 defenders there. Just thought San Diego thought Boston was going to throw a long. They throw this short, and now another 1st and 10.
Back to the I form. Holiday will throw to the right. Oh, man. Incomplete. Ken Irvin almost made this the worst night of Doc Holliday's life. That would have been his 3rd pick, but he drops it.
Yeah, Irvin just was there, able to. It looked like he was impeding, knowing that route, and now just second chance here for Boston.
Oh, they're going to bring some extra pressure. Holiday to the left, caught. Finds some space. That's Algie Crumpler, his 2nd target and 1st catch of the evening.
Yeah, Algie Crumpler there, just nice job there, trying to get open, and he did. Now, I don't know why the safeties were dropping that far back.
Yeah. Saw that on the slant as well. They're super far back. They're trying to protect from the deep ball, but right now Boston is just cutting them up. No completions to the right side of the field. All of their attention has been towards the hashes. Looks like 4-3 here from San Diego, and Holiday will throw a 2-step drop over the middle. Caught. The drag once again works to perfection, and Sanders gains the 1st after.
Yeah, that's again San Diego thinking that the ball was going to go deep, and now Boston just using these short routes here to take advantage of it.
Going to be 6 minutes at about the play snap left in this ball game. Holiday is going to throw once again, rolling out to his left, trying to go to the drag, picked! San Diego finally read it and took advantage of it. Chris Claiborne with the deflection, picked by himself, a tip drill, if you will. Look at him. He fakes the, that's tremendous. That is just tremendous. He fakes the blitz, drops back to play the ball. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was definitely fantastic right there. The linebacker knowing where the ball was going.
Great play.
Yeah, that reminded me.
Earned that one.
Yeah, that reminded me almost of a if you watch Savannah Bananas baseball, that was almost reminding me of the trick plays.
Oh man, Lovelace threw that one over right to Todd McBride, but he can't pick it off. It hit him right in the chest.
Yeah, hit him right there in the chest. And again, San Diego was going for the long ball there, and Boston knew it, so they had to put McBride way back there.
San Diego needs to be running the ball a little bit more than they are here. Try and get some time off the clock while they still have the lead. But they're going all through the air here, and they will again. Lovelace to throw the pump fake. First to the middle, caught. 1st down and a lot more. Nate Burleson gets hammered down hard, 1st and 10 on the huge game.
Yeah, huge gain there from Burleson. Just, again, San Diego throwing the ball in the air, taking advantage of what Boston has in that zone defense there. They've been doing it all game long.
(24-23), San Diego holding on to their lead barely. Just over 5 minutes to go. Lovelace is going to throw again. The pressure's there. Throwing it to the left. Caught. Touchdown, Moss. No one's even close. That is his 4th of the day. Moss and Lovelace are unstoppable.
Yeah, they have not been. That connection has been going all game long, and I think that looked like a broken coverage.
Yeah, all the way. Took the lid off of the defense, lofted it over the defender, and that's all it took. You just had to trust your ball carrier to be speedy enough to get away from him after that. Extra point is up and good. San Diego continues to just keep the lead right out of the grasp of Boston.
Yeah, now Boston's got touchdown. It's touchdown or bust here on this drive.
Field this one and get a solid return on it. Going to bring him out to about the 35. Boston is going to need a touchdown and then an extra point if they want to tie this one.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Because there is no way you're going to get Maniac to kick a field goal in any situation, because you got to get touchdowns here. This is a Boston team that needs a touchdown right now. 5:08 to go.
You can't settle with field goals anymore, like you were saying. I form 2 receivers to the near side here for Boston. They're going to run it. Playing it slow is not the move. Dunn gets brought down at the line. Horizon Breeze blows that one up before it can even get started.
Yeah, blowing it up before Dunn can go anywhere, and I don't think that's the way the Boston offense should be going here. You got to go pass all day long.
They're going to go with the same formation here, but flipped. San Diego looks like they're in the nickel with a near corner. Holiday dropping back deep in the pocket, throwing it over the middle. Oh, nearly picked. The fall's incomplete. Ken Irvin almost had a chance at it again.
Yeah, and I think Ken Irvin again was reading the route again, like he's been doing all game. Every time he's put the ball down, it's been reading the wide receiver routes.
They've been going to this look in 3rd and 10 all night. Trips to the far side here. Holiday will throw over the middle. Picked! Ken Irvin gets the hat trick, a spin, and he may go 10-5, touchdown! And that'll be it.
Yeah,
Pick
Irvin,
6 the other way.
Yeah, that is just Irvin saying, this game is over, son.
Wow.
Just, again, reading the wide receiver route again. Look at that. He just read it perfectly, intercepts it, and then he's just going to the house.
Right. It took 4 quarters, but Doc Holliday finally got a passing touchdown. It was just to the wrong team.
Yeah, to the wrong guy.
Ken Irvin, 3 interceptions and a pick 6. He has the same amount of completions as Peerless Price does, and more than Algie Crumpler has. He's their 3rd best receiver of the night.
Yeah, and I think Irvin is doing it, when we know Irvin has, like you said, 3 picks and a touchdown, that's just Johnny Bravo numbers right there.
The kick is away. And man, San Diego has really just gone all out for the stops here.
Yeah, San Diego's been reading routes perfectly. Irvin has gotten him 3 times in And that pick six we saw just moments ago is now Boston being a little gun happy here. They have the right idea here. It's just San Diego again reading routes, making the same Doc Holliday making the same mistakes he made in the first half, and now it's coming in late in the second half.
Yeah, you're going to need more than a miracle in this one if you're Boston. But they're still going to play it all the way through. But one turnover, and then San Diego's going to be able to control the clock majority of the rest of the game. That one's caught for a gain of 1 and quickly pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Williams pushing Sanders out of bounds there, stopping the clock, and that's just San Diego knowing Boston got to control the clock here.
Single back in the backfield. 5-step drop, throwing it over the middle, incomplete. 3rd and 9, upcoming, just over 4 minutes to go. Trips to the near side here for Boston. And that one quickly thrown, picked again. And that is going to be another pill. Maybe not. They caught him at the end. Darius Vaughn L, I believe that's his first pick of his young SFLm career. And another defender joins the pick party here in San Diego.
Yeah, he's just Von L just caught another interception, another mistake by Doug Holliday. I think that's 5th one on the day, and now San Diego just run the clock out.
They should, at least. From the 11. They don't have far to go, but they're going to run it out. Parker hurdles a man and gets brought down inside the 5. Oh, somebody's hurt. Travis Hall. That is another Boston defensive end. What is going on? They're all hurt.
Yeah,
that's the 4th one.
Yeah, 4th defensive end down. It's like, what is going on? What is going on?
That is insane. 4 injuries, all of them to the defensive ends of Boston. We got to check out we've got Marcus Buss playing left tackle for San Diego. We're going to have to launch a full investigation on that young man out of Miami because, man, there's something going on.
Well, there's something in the water, Miami. I don't know what it is.
Parker gets the first down. They'll call it 1st and goal upcoming. About 3.5 to go at the time the play is going to get snapped.
Yeah, that's just Boston losing defensive end, and I don't know why Boston's challenging the spot of the ball.
Well, it definitely looked short, but at this point the ball game is over. But they're still going to fight to their last breath because they weren't born with any quit. I definitely think it was short, though. We'll get another look, though, see what the Zebras think. Parker bounces off a blocker. I don't know. It's close. Looked short.
Yeah, looked short. Yeah, there's the ball, not even across the yellow line.
Well, folks, it is May now. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all of you. Tell me in the chat what kind of Mexican cuisine you had today, and if you didn't, why you hate the holiday of Cinco de Mayo, because there's no other excuse. Like, if you had pasta today, that should be a crime against the country.
Definitely crime against every country.
I do hate pigeons, Mike. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about pigeons later.
San Diego needs something. Shift from the D-line. I actually had some tacos for dinner as well. Gonna hand it off. Parker, touchdown, San Diego, and someone else, not number 84, for the Aces scores, and it's Lincoln Parker.
Yeah, Lincoln Parker gets a rushing touchdown, and this is just San Diego putting a foot to throat, putting a dagger in it. But even though we're not at the 2-minute warning, this is the dagger This is the tire of San Diego saying, Boston, you're done.
Try and think of a trivia question here as we end out this game, because Boston doesn't have a pulse anymore and they have started the burial process. We have Dags and Michaela in the back digging a grave as a little bit of a bonding exercise, if you, or whatever they call those.
Yeah, they call that. My God.
I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I can't think of the word either.
Somebody will think of it.
Yeah, I think the Rick meter's already at Bucket, San Diego.
It broke. Yeah, it got injured along with all the defensive ends for Boston. I don't know what that. I've never seen anything like that before. That is just crazy.
Yeah, I think that's an SFLm first, or anything in the SFL first.
All right, I got one. Here we go. So we'll go ahead and throw this one out here. And it comes to my mind due to the fact that we have had some dominant kicker play here for Boston. Without looking it up, who was the last kicker to be drafted into the SFL through the draft? No free agent signing. It had to be someone who was drafted. And what team did they get drafted to?
I was thinking of France for when Sin City was still in existence, but I don't know if that's the right answer.
Leave it up in the air for a little bit. Bryant single back for Boston, hoping to get some points up to keep things respectable. Sanders forced out. Oh, no, they'll say he's tackled in bounds. 2nd and 3, about 3 to go.
Yeah, 3 to go here. Just Boston just trying to hurry up and get
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Sanders just got whacked there. This is all just Boston trying to play for pride now.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, Justin, you nailed it right out of the gate. I do believe it was Charles Franz for the Sin City Samurais. You even got the team as well. You nailed it. Single back, Holiday to throw to the left, caught and quickly brought down. They are in hurry up mode.
Yeah, they are going
to the far side. Going it to the left. Whoa! Oh, that could have been a touchdown. But the gunslinger slings it too far.
Yeah, a little too much mustard on there from Doc Holiday. It's 2nd attempt for Boston, 47 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. And now, what has Boston got to do here to get the points?
All right, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Scratch that. That's 2 to the far as Finneran motions that way. A single back in the backfield against this nickel look. Holiday throws in the middle, caught. Finneran will call it another first down. If only they had some sort of this production earlier on, and maybe more in this game. Back to the hurry up. Holiday once again caught in traffic, finds Sanders, and they're going to keep going. Well, it's inside the SFLm red zone.
Yeah, there we go. Boston using the hurry up. 2-minute offense. Bro!
Oh my gosh, one hand grab. That's Algie Crumpler. It's his 2nd catch of the day.
I thought it was picked off there for a second.
Holiday up the middle, caught, touchdown. Dallas Sanders gets one, and Boston gets a passing touchdown late in this one.
Yeah, there you go. There's your pride right there. Scored touchdown. Boston now just had the maniac field goal now. Boston does have a chance, but I think we already said it before. Boston is already 6 feet under.
Yeah. They're in the casket, and we're slowly lowering them down. I'm trying to think of more trivia questions to ask everybody. I think I might have. Oh no, Rashawn Williams ruined that one. Okay, all right, we'll say this. Minus Rashawn Williams in season 11. Before him, who was the last SFLm running back to break 1,000 yards? We'll throw that out there. So not counting last season. So before that. Because we actually had 2 do it last season. Kane and Rashawn Williams, both who have been terrific pieces of SFLm team, or excuse me, SFL teams now that
Yep.
they have moved up. They've
Yeah.
both been terrific.
Yeah, Williams for Detroit and
Yep. Both
and
of which playoff teams.
yeah, of
So
course,
something to
Kane
think,
for the same
yeah.
team he played for in the SFLm.
Yeah. That one brought down for a loss. And there's a timeout going to come from Boston.
No, was that the 2-minute warning or a timeout?
Oh, good question. It may have been the 2-minute warning. Nonetheless, a clock stoppage there. San Diego gets the ball back past the opposing 40. Gonna run that one to the left side. Parker tries to get skinny. Was the 2-minute warning. You're right. There is a timeout.
Yeah,
Boston already down a timeout from the challenge earlier.
Yeah, down a timeout, and by the way, the timeout they lost, like we both said, well, it was a useless challenge from that.
Yeah. Single back. 3 stand-up receivers to the near side of the field. They run it once again. Parker charges ahead. Such tough running. They call it 4th and 1. I would not be shocked if San Diego went for this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either because San Diego's been doing well. Yep, and they are going for it here, and they're in the eye.
Eye form, just going to punch it down the throat of the opposing team. See some motion. They'll be running to the near side here. Letting all the time chew off that they can. They will up the middle. They fumble! Recovered by Boston! It doesn't change much in the grand scheme of things, but a nice play there. That was Keith Brooking, I believe, who laid the hit.
Yeah, they could have done that earlier in the fourth, but
yeah,
they could have done it just Boston just a little bit. That fumble is just a little bit too late there. Too little, too late.
Yeah. We'll call it eye form now for Boston. We're going to see some more throwing here. They're going to make this one last as long as they can. Peerless Price pulls that one in. They're going to go in the hurry up. And throw to the left side. Caught. Peerless Price forced out of bounds. Clock stoppage. I'll call it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, because Boston has no timeouts now, and they got to keep hurrying up. Even though they're trying to make the score pretty much on their end. Man, respectable here.
Single back in the backfield now, and Boston will throw once again. Oh, to the hash. Caught. Brian Finneran able to pull that one in. Minute and 20 as the clock keeps ticking. Holiday's going to roll out to his right, throwing that way as well. Caught on the corner route. Finneran will be called out of bounds after that.
Yeah, out of bounds, and Boston is just hurrying up. They know they need a score here to make the final score respectable. Just again, Boston just got caught in a picks. They had their chances, but it's just 1 minute 15 seconds. They can't.
Boston to throw again to the left side. Caught on the hitch. A 6-yard gain there as they're going to hurry back to the line. Trips to the far side here. And thrown over the middle, caught. Another 1st down. Back to that same formation, and then they spike it.
Yeah, maybe the Boston wants to change the play here. Going
back to that same formation. Michaela, if it's the one I asked, that would be Isaac Knox, was the first 1,000-yard rusher we had before Rashawn Williams. 3rd and 10 coming up for Boston.
Yes. 50 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what Boston can do here. They have 2 more downs to try and do something.
You see some motion. That's Price moving over. Trips now to the far side. San Diego knows the throw is coming. Holiday to the right. Incomplete. Tight coverage by guess who? Double twos. That's Ken Irvin once again.
Yeah, they're trying to go to Sanders. Nice job for San Diego's defender to bring send the ball down and now run the last shot for Boston here.
Receivers to each side. Holiday throws to the right. Incomplete again. Such tight coverage from San Diego. It's Darius Von L, who has really started to mesh well with San Diego's defense.
Yeah, Von L with the interception we had. Now pass break with force a turnover on downs there. And now Lovelace with 43 seconds to just do a couple kneel downs and get San Diego to 4-4, I believe.
And here we go. Every coach's favorite formation. We'll start to see some kneels from Eden Lovelace as she had a very solid day. You cut out a few of her turnovers, and she was really keeping San Diego ahead of Boston all night tonight. They kept pulling it close, and then they just kept pulling it just out of their range. It's like, you ever seen that old GIF with the fishing guy? You got to be quicker than that. That's what it felt like.
Oh, the Geico
all
commercial.
night.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what it felt like all night. Just keeping it just out of the hands. It's like Michaela with a book on a tall shelf. You just can't quite reach it. Back to victory formation. That'll be the last snap of the ball game. And time runs out as San Diego wins this one 45.
Oh, my God.
And that is all. San Diego really performing at their best tonight. I don't know if we've seen a better San Diego team. Apart, they had a few mistakes offensively, turning it over in spots they really shouldn't have. It's almost like they wanted Boston to have a chance. But once that fourth quarter hit, they really were like, all right, let's go ahead and end this. Justin, we'll hold you to, how about we both give out one game ball?
Yeah, I think first game ball I would give to Brandy Moss. 264, 11 receptions for 19 targets, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's just a day to remember. And then my second game ball goes to Evan Lovelace. She was just passing, and she was just crisp on the passing there.
Oh, yeah. Played absolutely phenomenally. I'll give it to Ken Irvin. 8 tackles, 3 picks, and a touchdown. Come on. It's hard to beat that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me and Justin here for this Tuesday night opener. We still have another game left that we hope we will see you all there. That's going to be that's going to be San Jose at Oregon. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a great night. A special thank you to Ellie Diomas and Alex West, both of you. Thank you to our statisticians and